Yeah, where, I don't know, I can't remember the Stephen thing. Yeah, I want to get out of that.
Well, there you
They had the Travis Phillips Foundation sponsored a Vietnam veterans welcome home breakfast this morning. I'll show you a picture of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. You have to wait for too long.
Did you have to serve in Vietnam to do that, or just in the Vietnam era?
Vietnam era.
Yeah, he was actually working for IBM at that period of time, so I don't know how he got the hat.
You know, 68 rolled around, I'd been at IBM for 2 years. But I experienced some of it because I was working in the Cambridge office, Cambridge, Mass. And we came in one morning and they'd had some of the riots the night before. And there was third floor, bar wall, a brick embedded in it. Somebody had a catapult or something.
And I was teaching a class in New York City. And at break time, on the fourth floor, and it was around 64, 4 or 5. And so I looked out the window and the street was packed with
People.
mounted horses,
Oh, geez.
blacks all over the place. I mean, they weren't walking. And I looked at my students, I said, I don't think we're going for lunch today.
Order out, yeah.
And you didn't know if they were going to windows and burning place. I mean, they were, and the horses, the 4 horses, I felt that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're live.
You again.
I'm just sitting here with my mom there all the time.
How long will that last?
I was just gonna say that. Good luck with that.
Okay, who put up that? That was, I forget who I found that with.
The first one is very responsive.
Okay, that's fair.
45 seconds.
There's a little trick in here that would come to light as we go through this. When we start.
Okay, it's 6 p.m. This is the, and we'll open this meeting. This is the Wednesday, 26 March 2025 meeting of the Planning Board of the Town of Lincolnville. We have 2 agenda items this evening. Before we start, we'll just post up here. Start with
Dick from Yulin, member.
Earl Brown, member. Dick Butler, chair.
Frank Carrier, photo.
Sandy Yellow, Vice Chair.
Nancy Weezer, scribe.
The first item is shoreline zoning. Mariners Point LLC would like to remove the existing non-conforming structure and reconstruct a new 3-bedroom residence and garage in the same location. The property is located at 53 Mariners Brook Drive, map 17, lot 7. Will Gartley will be presenting, or Will's
in his stead.
in his stead.
Yeah.
You are
Bill
Slade.
Will
Lane. I can vote for it.
Lane.
Bill Lane. Class of 1.
Okay, so Mr. Lane, if you would like to get started, you can stand at the podium and tell us what you're doing.
Very well, thank you very much. So good evening, I'm Bill Lane from Gartley Dorsey Engineering and Surveying. Representing tonight Ed and Andrea Fleming, who own the property at 53 Mariners Brook Drive under Mariners Point LLC. It's a 25,000 square foot parcel on the peninsula, point of land jutting out into the lake, and has an existing non-conforming 3-bedroom residence on it that we are proposing to demolish as well as the garage. New structures in their stead that will be more conforming, just barely. And in our estimation, and hope you will agree, moving back to the greatest practical extent, there are site constraints that have been identified in the little missive that we wrote to you regarding the specific characters of the property. The peninsula that I've mentioned with water affecting a setback on all sides, definitely except for the access drive side, setback on the property line, relatively nice oak that's to be maintained adjacent and on the northeast corner, then an existing well, and then just simple basic maneuverability for access on the property so that a vehicle come in and turn. So with those constraints identified, we are proposing this location for the reconstructed home. We have addressed lot coverage and utilized 30% permissible expansion on the building itself and the lot coverage 20% standard, which we are making much more conforming by taking out about 800 square feet. So proposed lot coverage would be 3,000. Excuse me, I take that back. I'm reading the building footprint numbers. We're leaving 30 square feet to the good on the building footprint, and also making the lot coverage conform now as opposed to the existing condition non-conforming. And the final element to it is that utilizing the average grade on the downhill side, both these buildings are proposed to meet the 20-foot height requirement. So the architectural detail is provided by the project architect. With shallow roof system to affect that compliance. So those being the opening salvos, I'm very interested in your comments and happy to answer any questions.
We determine that it's far enough back as far as it can go back.
Yes, and there was one little crimp in this. I was doing calculations at 0.54 of an acre, 0.54 acre, and the figures were not working. And so working with Will, and I went back and forth, and Will explained to me that, oh no, it's not 0.54 acres. We have a survey that says it's bigger than 0.54 acres, and the numbers fit. Do you happen to have that survey with you?
Yes. Sorry, flip it back over to Norm. Yep. So we have, as a matter of record, boundary survey prepared by our office that is in the plan set that's provided to you that does identify the parcel area, and so we did not utilize the tax map value, but utilize the 25,074 square foot area identified.
The reason we have a discrepancy is using the TRIO system, which is put in by the tax assessor off the deeds. He had it as 0.54. And so this survey proves that it's not 0.54. So the TRIO should be, you should put in a request to have that updated.
That would be appropriate, yeah.
Okay, so that was the only.
What is the actual? I can't see it. What is the actual?
So there's plan note just below the legend. The area of the lot is 25,074 square feet.
Upper right hand corner.
Good.
My figures were a little bit smaller because obviously I was using 0.5.
Yeah. So the
So
difference.
that was the only discrepancy I found on here. Measuring up the existing building as it was, measuring physically how close the garage was to the water, and everything come out exactly as they have pictured here. So I didn't find anything, whether it was the lot coverage or the setbacks. Everything seemed to be copacetic by the ordinance. Did any of you take the time to take a look at any of the ordinance, any of this? You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe you.
Okay, well, I wish you would not.
Okay.
Going ahead, I would like to be challenged on each one of these. okay? Because I'm only human, and believe it or not, I make mistakes.
I can't believe
I
it.
learn in the corporate world, if you're not failing all the time, then you're not making mistakes all the time, you fail. Okay, so watch me.
I'm trying.
You know, I would really encourage you to take the time. If one of you took the time to take a look at the square footage, another one took the time to look at setbacks, height, things of that nature, value.
Well, that's what we look at when we look at this.
Well, but Dick said he didn't look at it. I'm saying we should all be looking at this, okay? When I worked in Searsburg, somebody came up with an idea. And they said, wait, think that, because I covered all of Charlotte building. They said, we think he should have an affidavit signing that he's going to be correct. Well, the wisdom of the planning board chair over there turned to him and says, when was the last time one of you went out and measured? And the story. Anyway.
So you've got a 0.57 now?
0.5756.
Yeah. All right, good. And the only other question I had, if no one else has a question, is the septic. You know, and that, when you do demolish, you have to,
Well, you're supposed to be looking for two things.
Yeah.
Three things. Number one would be. They're supposed to move it back as much practical in the back of the 100-foot mark. Well, this is not practical at all. They can't move it anyplace. And the other thing would be that they need to have a state certified design septic system for the number of bedrooms that are there. And so there is, did you bring the septic design?
We did not bring the septic design. We understand it to be a 3-bedroom and that it's going to be matched with a 3-bedroom. To be
Well,
constructed.
at any rate, the septic system is designed to be one of the current standards that the state is looking for, so that's also being looked at. And that's satisfactory. So they can't move it back any further than they are, not practical. They've satisfied the septic and the floodplain. Well, the floodplain, if it's, first of all, that lake is not dictated by the environment, it's dictated by Camden.
The dam.
Whatever Camden wants the elevation to be, like 3 years ago, you could walk 100 feet out the mud to get to the boat. So, well, anyway,
There is, however, and understood from floodplain coordinator at the state, a mechanism where at some time in the past, Mr. Dorsey has identified the maximum flood elevation on the lake, and that's reported on this plan. So he's identified the limit of special flood hazard area.
I saw that.
and so what's the one that's identifying the floodplain?
The survey is the V sheet is
Right,
identified.
it's the dash, yeah, a green.
It's
line up
yeah, it's
there.
kind of a greenish blue.
So everything that we require in the ordinance is satisfied. That's my estimation.
I thought so too.
well, I thought so as well.
Well, in that case.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, so,
Do we have any further, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no.
Do we have any further questions or any discussion on this? Okay,
Any other gotchas in there?
No.
anybody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the application as submitted.
I would second that.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor? Thank you, Mr. Lane.
Thank you very much.
So Bill, if you want to come in and see me anytime, tomorrow, bring lots of money, building that application. You'll go away with.
Who are you to sign that?
Very well.
He needs to sign it.
He needs to sign it.
I'll sign it too. I got the master copy here.
Do you need more copies or you're good?
Thank you very much. We have to sign one that's not, oh, no, that's good. No, this is the one you need to sign. Yeah, I've got some minutes. Here,
Thank you for your time and interest tonight. Appreciate it.
My files?
Yeah.
You don't, no, yeah, I don't.
You're live on camera. Congratulations, Bill. Another job well done.
12 minutes. You know, double the allowed.
Well, he had an easel. That takes some time. Oops. Okay. So, thank you, Mr. Hank, we're good. So the next item on the agenda is also shoreland, similar situation. Sarah Harvey and Doug Stradley are requesting to demolish the existing camp located at 46 Mullins Bog Road, map 19, lot 65, and then rebuild on the exact same footprint with no change to volume, square footage, or height of the building. This is not Sarah. It says Sarah will be presenting.
Sarah's gonna put in.
All right, would you like to jump up there, please? And explain to us what you're doing.
Sure. First off, I'm not Sarah. Doug Stradley. Sarah is my wife. We bought this place 13 years ago. It's on piers. So welcome to Maine. This thing moves all over the place. The screens pop out. We can't close the windows or the doors anymore. The sheetrock, every time we patch it, cracks. And we'd like to improve the house. We'd like to start with the foundation. We'd like to put a frost wall in and take care of the movement of the house. That's the primary thing. We'd also like to insulate it, put a heating source in. We have to replace all the windows because they don't close anymore.
It's probably a mud road too.
Yeah, yes.
So it's currently a seasonal camp?
We use it seasonally, correct. I shut it down probably around November. Needs new windows, new siding, insulation. And so when we started looking at it and having builders and folks come check it with a requirement to put a frost wall in, you know, everyone is saying, hey, the best thing that you can do, the best way to do this is to knock it down. If you can. We realize, you know, given its proximity to the lake, there's a lot of discussion around that, but that's, you know, why we're here to talk about it. Okay. But the plan is definitely, we don't plan on expanding it at all. This is really to rebuild a solid, lasting, functional, non-moving version of the house that we have and love right now. The property is very small, 0.23 acres. We looked at, there's really not another place to put this house on this property. One of the main reasons for that are there's two enormous boulders that really anchor this house where it is.
I think you direct them to the plat plan here.
Yeah.
The boulders are clearly identified and they are big.
Yeah.
So even hydrofracture would not work.
You can see that. That second structure is a garage or a barn or just a
I would
shed?
call it a shed.
Shed.
Yeah.
Is the setback correct?
It's what?
Setback,
What about it?
from the property line.
Well, it's probably not 15 feet. That means it was done before the ordinance was ever.
But you're not changing anything with the
No.
shed?
No,
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I
No.
thought, because it was on here, I thought you were going to renovate that as well.
no.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? I have a question again regarding the septic system, and the demolish that's got to be evaluated, I imagine.
No, not evaluated. It has to be the fact that they have one on file.
Yeah.
The septic system on that property is approximately 10 years old. Which means, you know, if it was after 1983, then it was by state standards. So the septic system is adequate. They're not changing, not adding bedrooms. Basically, they're taking the same house, taking it away, put it in the back one. With the frost wall, which is the best way to go.
Okay.
The height is the
Yeah,
same.
can't move it.
No, you're pretty tight right there.
Do you have any questions of us?
I
I
don't.
don't think we have. Does anybody have any questions of the gentleman?
No,
Okay.
no, pretty
Well-
straightforward.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Does anybody have a motion, please? Okay, I'll make the motion. Make a motion that we accept this application as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor? I'm sorry, any discussion further? All in favor? Okay, done.
Doug, you drop in see me anytime that the meeting not today, and then I can.
All right.
Give you the going there.
Great.
I'll tell you what the other bit is.
Thanks for your time and Frank, thank you for helping us.
Thank you, Mr. Bradley.
Why-
Appreciate you
why
coming in.
was professional. Very good job.
Rejuvenating on the camp.
Yes, yeah.
I haven't been out there 50 years.
Thank you.
You're
welcome.
Thank you.
Used to fish off the rock at the
So,
mouth of Mullins Pond Cove.
Oh, yeah?
People still fish that.
Well, who eats, anybody eat the fish anymore?
sounds good. Okay, so the last item on the agenda is the review of the minutes. And these are the minutes from the February 12th meeting, which was the last one. And has everybody looked at them?
Yeah.
Nancy pointed out that she admitted,